Hi and welcome to the Cult TV Sofa. This is a reaction and discussion video for the second episode of Season 4 of Babylon 5 called Whatever Happened to Mr Garibaldi, which is a very good question. Don't forget that you can see the full reaction for this episode on my Patreon channel. Check out the link in the description below. Last time we saw the aftermath of the finale of last season, with Ivanova feeling that she had the weight of the whole galaxy on her shoulders. The League of Non-Aligned Worlds started to pull their ships back to their own space to protect themselves and rebuild because they thought the war was over. Londo returned to Centauri Prime to advise the Emperor, who seemed just a little bit unhinged. Mr Morden, also not completely there, was also on the Centauri homeworld after surviving the explosion on Zahadum. He told Londo that the Emperor had allowed the Shadows to move some of their ships there to spread their forces around. Susan, Delenn and Lita took a white star to Zahadum to see if John was still alive. Lita was able to shield the ship from the Shadows temporarily, but when they found no trace of John, the Shadows picked them up, but they managed to escape. Realizing that the Emperor was pretty much insane, Londo arranged for Veer to come there too, and they began to plot killing the Emperor for the sake of the Centauri. Susan finally began to realize that John was dead and not coming back, just as we saw him on Zahadum in the company of an alien. So let's see what happens in this episode. I'm going to put any relevant trivia that I find over here, and at the end of the reaction I'll be discussing what happened and my thoughts about it. And I'm going to start it in 3, 2, 1.
Personal log, January 8th, 2261.
Oh, we didn't see him last episode. 9 days.
9 days since Mr Garibaldi disappeared on patrol. Med lab's quiet these days.
I'm surprised the lab's quiet. It's only 9 days since the battle then, and since the fighting. There would still be people injured and recovering, I would have thought. And even on a normal day on Babylon 5, I still would have thought it would be fairly busy there with people coming in and out with just general ailments.
And everyone's going back to their homeworlds to prepare for the next stage of war.
Okay, so they are preparing for the war still. I don't think it's over now.
Rumor has it that this time's going to be the last time.
It's going to go all out.
In coming to you, I'm committing a breach of protocol. But you should know. Someone should know. There's a problem with Delenn.
That is a breach.
Who are you? Who are you?
So is that Kosh? Or a bit of Kosh still in there? Talking to him in his dreams?
You were dreaming.
That shows a certain level of trust for him to sleep with another alien there, not a stranger, or it shows how absolutely exhausted he is.
There's no way off, Zahadu. Might as well give up.
So who is he? Where's he come from?
The first obligation of a prisoner is to escape.
If one is a prisoner of love, one must escape solitude.
That's twisting words. That's not what he meant.
I see you're still upset that I won't tell you my name. If I tell you my name is Lorien, what good is that?
Because he can say, hello, Lorien.
Words have meaning, and names have power. The universe began with a word, you know?
Which was?
Which came first? The word, or the thought behind the word?
The thought. You don't have to speak it to create a language. You could create it all in your mind. So, using his logic, I would say the thought came before the word. Just because you don't say it doesn't mean you haven't created it. I think. If a name has power, as far as he's concerned, make up a name, come up with a different name. It's just an easy way to address someone and to have a conversation.
I see you're far too wrapped up in your question.
Which question?
Who are you? It's a dangerous question, isn't it?
So can he read his mind?
You're dead.
That's enough.
How long have you been here?
He should be dead.
The sun
9.
has risen and set 9 times. You haven't eaten. You ought to be starving.
That's a convenient thing. 9 times. So the doctor said that it's been 9 days since the explosion, and he said 9 times the sun has risen. I would say infinitely impossible that, unlikely that a day on Zahadum would be the same as a day on Babylon 5, which would be the same as a day on Earth, which would be the implication, I should think. Yeah, it would have to be the exact, well, near enough exactly the same distance from the sun as each of the other ones are, which is extremely unlikely. It's just for convenience. It's been done though, so we have a gauge of time.
Are you hungry? Thirsty?
Ah, no food, no drink. What, no pulse? He's a zombie.
You are quite dead.
He looks good for a dead man. I didn't pay attention to the beginning last time, and I promised I would to one of my patrons.
It was the end of history.
That was a good shot. So I know that they changed the music each time. This sounds more, don't know, military, more formal than the other ones, which would make sense if there's, the war is continuing. I just realised Lita's, I don't know if she was last season, but she's got front bill now, so obviously she's a much more major character this season.
It's a trick.
Isn't it?
Okay, so he said his name is, we intimated his name could be Lorien, and it was just displayed then, so that is his name, or what he's called himself anyway.
There are only 2 possibilities. If you hit bottom, then you are dead.
Yeah, he'd be splattered.
You are still falling, and all of this is a dream. Tick. You're alive. Talk.
You're dead.
Oh, I know you're not behind all of this, huh?
Yeah, who are you?
Who are you? What do you want?
So he did that, he caused that memory.
But closer to Tick or closer to Talk?
Life or death.
Only time will tell. Between the moments, we have all the time in the world.
Yeah, so I don't understand. I mean, if he'd hit the bottom, he wouldn't just be dead, he would have been vaporized. There'd be nothing left of him. So he said, is he still falling? Is it all in his mind? Possible, but unlikely, because I assume he's going to come back. So the other option is that he was stopped somehow in midair and saved. So he didn't hit the ground. I don't think there's another option, to be honest. He's either stopped, he hit the ground, or he's still falling. Yeah, don't know. So Jakar's looking for Mr Garibaldi.
This was part of a Star Fury you sold to a trader on Zafran 7.
Ooh, so Mr Garibaldi.
Salvaged this from an abandoned Star Fury you found floating dead. This is from his ship.
I don't want to talk to you.
You haven't got a choice.
It's too small to run across by accident.
The man says he doesn't want to talk to you. Leave him alone.
Don't think he's going to.
Such a negative press.
Oh. Did Shakar know he was there? He seems surprised.
I might have something for you.
Is that Centauri guard? Don't they wear a uniform like that? So what's wrong with Delenn?
I hear you haven't had anything to eat or drink in almost 7 days.
Ah,
Barry confessed as long as 2 weeks.
Yeah, but it's not healthy.
A normal Minbari, yes.
Ah, she's not.
But you're partly human now.
Yeah, good point. Why is she fasting? Because she believes he's dead? Or doesn't believe?
For a long time, I was afraid his wife might still be alive in Sakhatun, but I never asked. I never told him.
Should have. For security, if nothing else, for the security of what's been going on and everything, you should have still asked that question and found out. Because it was dangerous to have her there and possibly under Shadow's control, especially with John being such a prominent figure. So regardless of the fact that she should have told him because of who he is and their relationship, just from a practical point of view, they should have checked.
And when he learned the truth on his own, he didn't choose his actions. His actions chose him.
No, he did. He chose to go for the tactical reasons, not emotional.
I loved him and I wanted to protect him.
Loved, speaking past tense, so she does believe he's dead.
Good thing I went out on my own. You're rather difficult to hide.
And what are you doing here?
He didn't know.
It's a Minbari fighting pike, several hundred years old. You're just jealous. Bad case of pikal envy, if you ask me.
I think it's probably a good job he turned up.
You think you have a lead on Mr. Garibaldi?
If that was his Star Fury they found, then he may have escaped or been intercepted.
Well, not escaped, been taken somewhere. But he was taken by the Shadows.
Why are you doing this?
He's my friend.
Yeah, he is.
Friend before who wasn't a Narn. And you?
I've never had a friend before who was a Narn.
May I?
That's probably a big thing for him to give it to him. That is cool.
To open it, you pressed...
I like it.
Yeah. Thing is, it's quite a. The stick itself is impressive, but the fact that it comes out like that is also a great weapon. Because you can just push that and it'll flick out and hit someone or two people, get them both sides. So it's impressive from multiple ways. It's cool.
There's a reward for his capture. Dead or alive.
Which pays the most?
Don't think you'll be getting it. They'll probably keep it for themselves if they capture him.
I see rain, lightning, thunder, and your head nailed to that wall over there.
Don't remember seeing that on the weather report.
Any questions?
I think he's going to give up the information. What's the clearing his quarters?
Go through the captain's personal effects and figure out what to keep and what to store.
After 9 days. Yeah.
Gave me the password to his personal log and other official files.
Ooh.
Thought you might like to take a look at that.
What is it? A message? Communication?
Now that we've broken away from Earth, everything has hit the fan.
Why would he have been going through his personal logs? There's no reason for that. Belongings, yes. Can understand that. If Oliver going through his official logs, the recent ones at least, I can understand that. He's bound to have probably said things that she might need to know to carry on command. Well, there's no reason for the Doctor to have been going through things like this. That's a bit weird. Obviously, again, it's for the episode, but...
My dad always told me that if you're falling off a cliff, you may as well try to fly.
What if he did? Sort of flapping his hands, flapping his arms as he was falling.
So many of my friends die at Minbari hands.
Yeah, that's tough.
Here I am, in love with one of them.
Is this going to help her or make things worse?
When I look in her eyes, I let myself think maybe...
Oh, that's a good camera angle. Looked like she was brushing the side of his face. Bet it took a while for them to get that lined up.
He was given the location of Mr. Garibaldi's Star Fury by someone from Interplanetary Expeditions.
Did you get a name?
Montagna.
You should go back to Babylon 5 to...
He won't.
Marcus, if you stay here, we'll never find out who and where this Montagna is.
You're a big target.
But you can't.
This is a personal mission for me. I need Babylon 5's resources more than I need the company.
Well, it's not company, it's support, but it's company, but it's support as well, and help. He couldn't go out on his own earlier because he'd been spotted. Marcus did that for him. That, you know, he does need help. It's a personal mission, yeah, but it doesn't mean he has to do it alone. That's a hell of a gun. Oh, that seemed to... That wasn't just an energy weapon. It did look like it was a... It caused damage? Oh, I can't see any, though. Oh, I'm not sure. Was that little hole there? Whoa. A lot of white stars.
Many of you have been working in dark places. Your names and your work unknown to anyone outside.
That's about to change.
We will attack Zakhadoum.
Okay. Kinda should have done that last episode.
7 more days, so that any ships that wish to join us can arrive. The chances of success are small.
Yeah.
If we stay here and do nothing, they're even smaller.
Yeah, because they got time to rebuild.
If you're falling off a mountain...
Let fly. I mean, yeah. The longer they leave it, the more chance there is for the shadows to rebuild and regroup themselves. I mean, they were... After the blast, they pulled back, and they would have been surprised by it, and it would have affected their morale and everything. So that would have been the best time to strike. But we saw last episode that they've moved a lot of their ships to other locations. So I would assume Zakhadoum is not as well defended as it was before, but it also means that their one attack isn't going to take out the shadows, but it would do a lot of harm to the shadows if you... I wouldn't say destroy Zakhadoum. I'm not going to destroy the planet, but certainly take out any forces that are there. And it'll also boost morale of the others. So yeah, it's a win-win if they do win. Somebody out the door who's not saying who it is. Yeah, I think that's probably wise.
Oh, Malari!
Why not say it's you?
The Emperor was most insistent. He says you must come.
Yeah.
He does not reveal his mind to me, only his intention.
I love his mannerisms. I don't think he should have taken the time to get dressed. Don't think the Emperor will appreciate
Kept
it.
us waiting. I should be very upset with you.
Us waited.
Before I entered your Majesty's presence, I had to be properly attired, or it would be disrespectful.
I see.
Ooh.
Then I should not have you killed for it.
A
gift. A gift. I wanted you to see it as soon as it arrived.
Ah, Shakar. That's quite a loud bell for that little one. Yeah, Shakar. Oh.
And well, when he ceases to be amusing.
Wow.
Thank you for this gift.
He had to say thank you. He doesn't look thankful though, which is good.
Have you anything to say?
Do you by any chance happen to know where Mr. Garibaldi will be?
Still searching. Oh.
We can't allow that.
Yeah, why not?
We have orders.
We certainly got about 9 days worth of growth.
We want to know what you remember after you were taken from Babylon 5.
Oh.
You're just trying to avoid discomfort by telling us what you think we want to hear.
So, where he is now and who's got him, obviously isn't who took him, because the Shadows took him. So the Shadows took him 9 days ago, and somehow he was either captured or released, and then whoever's got him is now trying to find out what happened. What did happen?
What happened after... What happened? What?
Well, that noise is like the noise that shadows make. So we're gonna knock him out. Ooh, that looks Psychops.
You were foolish to leave Babylon 5, you know. You had sanctuary there.
Yeah, no protection.
You will be tortured for a very long time. I have seen them prolong suffering.
They'll make him watch some of my videos.
And they will make an incision here and open you.
Ew. Light streaming alive. Does he really need to tell him this?
They will begin removing your internal organs.
I mean, he shouldn't tell him this. That's torture in itself, what he's telling him. So he's now going to be thinking about this and dreading it. And yeah, he shouldn't tell him this. Unless it's part of the torture. He wants to do it on purpose.
As they make a mountain of your parts and pieces, you will die.
Yeah. I thought you'd pass out in pain before that happened, though.
You have never been a friend to me. But what he would do to you, I would not wish for anyone.
It's one thing to kill someone, it's another to torture them like that.
A well-protected monster. He must be removed.
From the soldiers and by the shadows, he's protected.
And you will suffer greatly before this is over. I cannot help that. I wish I could. I have no desire to see you suffer.
This is a big thing for him to admit.
And you must endure until the time is right. And then I will act. And you will help me.
What reason has he got to trust you? But he's not in a position to not trust him, is he? Either way, he's in trouble.
You didn't ask the price
Ooh.
for my cooperation.
What is it?
You are not exactly in a position to bargain, Jacquard.
No, but he is, nonetheless.
You want my help for the sake of your people.
That's true. He realizes it's for the sake of the Centauri that he's helping, and that's a big thing for Jacquard to do, to help them. So what is the cost? I'm assuming finding Mr. Garibaldi?
Leave north.
Oof, that's a big thing to ask. Can Londo do that?
You have my word.
Can he do it, though? He's not in a position. Even after killing or taking care of the Emperor, is he going to be in a position to do that? That's a big promise to make. And he's basically said that he will do it. He didn't even say, I will do my best to do it. I don't know. Oof. That's a bigger promise than finding Mr. Garibaldi, which I thought it was going to be.
The only way out is to surrender, to talk.
No.
Surrender to death.
Of course I care. It's a terrible thing when your children fight.
Children fight.
I was old when the molecules of your world joined and called themselves land.
Whoa. Well, that's billions of years.
One of the first ones.
And he was old then.
Not one of the first ones. I am the first one.
What's the first being ever? I was about to say created, but that's the wrong word.
You're the first to make it this far.
Do they know?
Of course.
But they keep away.
They think they're showing respect. They used to. But that was a long time ago. 1,000,000 years.
You don't look...
You don't look a day over 950,000 years. Well, I don't know what cream he's using, but they should sell it.
Who are?
That was you.
Oh, not Kosh.
Did you know you have a Vorlon inside you?
Ah. It's the way he said that's a matter of fact, so casually. You got a Vorlon inside you.
Gosh.
Is that its name?
Its name. It keeps saying it.
He told me to jump. Did he know?
He knew he was there.
Almost certainly.
So, Kosh told him to jump, not just because it was a chance of survival. He knew it was a chance of survival because he was there. I'm very confused.
They can break off pieces of their consciousness and put it into other organisms.
It's a Horcrux.
Using others as their eyes and ears.
Which is what the other Kosh is doing to Lita.
You're not embracing life, you're fleeing death. So you're caught in between.
Okay, yes, that's true.
When you know who you are and why you are and what you want, but can simply be.
Well, sort of be at peace with yourself.
It's easy to find something worth dying for. Do you have anything?
Living for. Delenn.
How will I know if you'll catch me? I caught you before.
So he did catch him. I don't mean physically, but he caught him somehow.
But I can breathe on the remaining embers. It may not work, but I can hope.
There's always hope.
Do you have anything worth living for?
Delenn?
I will watch and catch you.
Yeah.
Delenn!
Okay. I'm very confused. So, he said that he is the very first one. The first being there was. Even forgetting all about not even asking the questions about how that came to be. He calls all the younger races his children because he sees them that way. He is the oldest. He sees everyone else as children. Is he the only one of his race? Is he it? Are there others? He called the Vorlons it. That's interesting. And the shadows keep returning to Zahardum because of him. They think it shows respect to him, so they do respect him, and they know his importance, which is... he said that he caught John. And I said, I don't think he literally meant physically caught him, but has he got abilities? I mean, he seems to be telepathic. So did he catch him? I don't know, telepathically. With his mind and brought him down. Kosh knew he was there, so that's why he told him to jump, because he hoped that he would save him. So Delenn's organising a counterattack of the White Stars and anyone else who wants to join them in 6 days, which would mean next episode. So they're going to go to Zahardum. Are they going to find John this time? They didn't last time, so are they going to find him this time? How are they going to find him? I assume he's still got his link. I don't know what the range is of those things, and would they be looking for him? Delenn's ship might. She'd still have hope, so we might check in for communications. I thought we might get some answers this episode, but I got, I think, a lot more questions. I'm intrigued by him, and obviously his story about obviously being the first one. What does that actually mean? But I suspect that's perhaps too big a question to get an answer to. Let me know what you thought about this one in the comments below. Obviously, bear in mind spoilers. I'm sure some answers will come, and a million more questions will come next episode. So please be aware of that. But let me know what you thought, and I shall see you for the next episode. Be seeing you.